Hello and welcome back to the Tales from the Age of Men, and we're here once more in ROHAN territory. Now, actually, you know what? I feel like this might be a really good move, just purely from a strategy perspective, shall we say. Because obviously we have the Mouth of Sauron, we've got Gothmog, we've got all those guys in and around Minas Tirith territory, right? And so we don't really need to be there, technically, right? You know, because they're very strong, and we don't really need to worry about them too much. I don't think they really need our assistance, personally. However, ROHAN is a bit of a different story, because we haven't really seen Isengard that much, as far as I can tell, right? We haven't really seen them that much. Well, they're vassals at the very least, and I'm thinking maybe they need a bit of help. I don't know if they do. I haven't seen them, as I said. So what we're going to do is we're going to fight this guy. Then we're going to scout out the nearby fief. And we might be able to go in for a siege there. It just very much depends. Obviously, ROHAN, really strong characters in their armies. And for me personally, I always, I don't know, I find them very difficult to fight for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, anyway. There's a river here. This is great. Some people actually said that using square formation is better than using shield wall formation when it comes to fighting against cavalry. So you know what? We're going to try that out a little bit. Obviously, we're going to start in shield wall. Square might be very useful. Let's try it, shall we? I'm kind of intrigued because I don't think I've ever used square formation. Usually I just go either line, loose, or shield wall, dependent on what I want to try to go for. So that sounds pretty good to me. And obviously we have our one cavalry member right there, which is obviously is always quite funny. Yeah. Anyway, let's get our archers over here. Maybe they can be somewhat good, considering they do have a small river here to kind of protect them somewhat. As you can see, there's a bit of a, I guess, shoreline, a very small shoreline here. And, well, it might prevent these guys from being super speedy and charge our forces immediately. Oh, nice. Oh, what? Okay, big damage coming out from Bear Uruk right there. Very nice. All right. Can we get some... Okay. I was going to say, can we get some more? And apparently, yes. Apparently we can. Yeah, the enemy is able to get by pretty easily here, surprisingly enough. Yeah, let's put our people into square now. Let's see. Okay, let's see what actually happens with that, because I've never used it before. Oh, okay. I see. So the infantry actually turn around. That's great. I love that. That's very fun. Nice. Good hit right there. And now let's actually start moving our forces forward here. Because my guys are obviously going to stand in a shield. Well, basically, they're still bracing their shields, which is great. That's actually really good still. So it doesn't appear as though we need to be highly defensive. We don't need to be using shield wall the whole time, and square is going to allow them to attack the cavalry as well when they decide to try and come in for a strike or two, which is very nice. It's very nice to be able to actually attack them back. Yeah. Well, the question is, are we actually even going to be able to get to the enemy? Because they might be it might be impossible to get to them right now. Maybe. It very much depends. As you can see, the archers are actually running away. Really? They're not skirmishing with just me, are they? That is probably a big mistake on their part, because let's face it, I'm not that dangerous, am I? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know. Yeah, obviously, King's Knights, they're very strong. They're very strong. I can do very little damage to them mostly, but of course that is the point. They are the highest level that I've seen so far from ROHAN, so they are obviously very good. And if I can maximize damage here, yeah, it seems like we're actually doing pretty fine right now. But are my forces being too defensive? That's the question. I feel like maybe they are. Maybe they're being too defensive. The problem is here, I am going to get killed by these archers. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... Oh, no. AI stuff. Did you see that right there? I'm going to just hide behind my warg real fast. But yeah, did you see that? That was absolutely Amazing. This guy literally turned on a dime and shot us in the face. Not exactly nice of him. Nice. Good damage. Good damage. Yes, this is what we like to... Ooh, no, no, no. Nice. Okay, come on now. I'm going to switch to my axe, actually. Let's go for one-handed. Nice. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was kind of hoping to use them as cover. Whoa, okay. Well, it's okay. We do seem to be achieving a pretty decisive victory here. Nevertheless, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to level our athletic skill a little bit in that situation. How much do we actually get? 8. I guess that's okay. Yeah, it's alright. It got us to 75 athletics, I suppose, which does get us another perk. As gets us another perk selection, so I'm kind of happy about that. We're going to be obviously taking this guy prisoner. He is the Lord of Theodred's Hold, as well as Grimberg. And I will be taking him prisoner, and we will be executing him, of course. So the question is, do we want to take prisoners? I think we will take prisoners, because we are quite close to Isengard itself, or should we say Orthanc. And the funny thing is about that, I just want to mention that I have done a little bit of restructuring to our army. The main reason why we've done that is for testing, you know, for testing purposes, just to kind of have a look and see what these units are all about. Because someone actually recommended that we go for these chosen units from Orthanc, and that's what I've done. So yeah, it's actually looking really, really good right now. They're looking very, very fun. Oh, hello. Wait a minute. Who's that? Okay, do you not want to fight me? It's kind of intriguing. Let me see. Alright, well, let's just go for an execution. There we go. Obviously, we are going to have the... Yes, we are going to have this. We are going to have this happen. But apparently, this has now been disabled in the next build. So, yeah, very, very pleased about that. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah... Yeah, anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're not actually going to be fighting that guy. I basically just thought to myself, yeah, you know what? I have prisoners. I'm probably kind of going to expect some additional vassals nearby. And it was actually true, because this guy was actually close. Now, he's obviously being killed by Othric from Dunland. Dunland is actually nearby here, which is really, really nice, actually, because that means, wow, they have a pretty significant amount of territory, surprisingly enough. But yeah, anyway, we're going to be going in here and actually just selling our prisoners here. I'm actually wondering whether we should we put them in the dungeon? No, I don't think I can actually. I don't think I can actually do that. Oh well, let's just do this. We'll just do that, because that's 9,000 in cash. I mean, how can I say no to 9,000 in cash, right? Then we can also sell this for 26,000. Sell that, and there we go, 37,000. Very, very nice. There is a tournament going on here, but I don't personally see the reasoning why we would do that now. I would like to take a look at some of the Dunland armor, though, just so we can actually see what it's all about. As you can see, they don't have leg armor as well, but for the most part, it feels to me like a lot of the armor pieces do not have leg armor, which is actually very interesting. And that means that technically, strategically, you might want to go and attack the legs. Like, for example, if you're on a mount, maybe that's why I die so fast sometimes. Maybe someone actually, you know, maybe accidentally or something like that shoots me in the leg or something along those lines, and takes us out that way, or does hefty damage at the very least. So the question is, do we want to go and attempt to take Grimberg, or do we want to go and take Kovnerth? We might be able to take Kovnerth, actually, because maybe that Dunlending's army might actually come over and assist us. We might be able to take that relatively easily. As I said before, athletics has been increased, so we will be taking imposing stature. As I said before, generally party-sized stuff, relatively good to take, especially when the other perk or the other thing that you have the choice between is not as... you know, is not as agreeable to you. For example, stamina. This is, well, I'm going to say it right now. this is not very good. Not from the crafting stamina recovery rate perspective, because this is very good if you are going to do crafting and you are thinking about not using a mod that changes the stamina cost or gives you unlimited stamina or anything like that. Because if you personally have a problem with the smithing stamina like I do, then obviously you might think about taking either taking a mod for that or going for this perk. I'm obviously not doing smithing or anything like that at the moment, so I'm not going to be taking stamina, but it's definitely worth going for if you're going to do it legitimately. But if you're doing it with a mod or something like that, then obviously you can just ignore it. For me personally, though, the secondary perk effect of stamina is completely and utterly useless. Probably one of the most useless secondary effects in the entire game. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit there, but minus 10% escape chance is useless. That is absolutely 100% useless, because there are two other perks, one in the scouting tree and one in the riding tree, which do exactly what you want for prisoner lords. And they basically reduce the chance for escape by 100% when they are together. So minus 10% does not do anything in comparison to that. So yeah, just a little bit of a thing there. And that's the reason why I really want a perk rework. It would be so nice. Anyway, yeah, let's see what actually happens here. Maybe we're going to attract a couple of Rohan vassals. Like, for example, this guy. Hello there. Would you like to fight? Would you like to fight, sir? No, never mind. He's leaving. All right. Yeah, well, that's absolutely fine then. Let's just get our wonderful trebuchets up and running, and we'll see if we can... maybe we could do a... Do you think we could do a siege by ourselves? It's kind of highly unlikely, isn't it? It feels like it's highly unlikely, but let's see what happens. Wait a minute. Okay, I actually just saw something. Mouth of Sauron has been taken prisoner by Gondor. I am absolutely... oh, he's been released. Okay. I'm actually shocked. The Mouth of Sauron himself, literally getting himself taken prisoner. That is kind of crazy, if I do say so myself. This guy not coming in here? Okay, that's a bit strange. A little bit weird. Usually I would expect anyone with, well, around the same army size to probably go in and attack us straight away, but apparently he's not wanting to. Well, I suppose that is to be expected to a certain degree. And, yeah, I guess we're gonna probably starve out the garrison, wouldn't you say? I think that's probably the best strategy here for the first siege ever. The ancient realms of Mirkwood and Lothlorien stand besieged, their glades ringing with the clamor of orcish blades. The elves, keepers of Middle-earth's oldest songs, can no longer hold aloof from the gathering storm. Thranduil and Galadriel must join the fleeting hopes of men and dwarves in a grand alliance, or face the shadow alone, their light extinguished in the Third Age's twilight. The fate of the free peoples, indeed. Alright, wow, I'm actually really loving these lore bits that pop up. I think that's really fun. Oh yeah, by the way, we did level to the next clan tier as well, which is going to make a huge difference to our overall efficiency and the prowess we show in battle as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over to the raiding camp, because I want to recruit some more of those Orthanc chosen, Orthanc bodyguards, things like that. We've got to be a little bit careful about that. Oh no, are you serious? Are you serious, you absolute imbecile? Why are you doing this? Okay, well, yeah, apparently he wants to fight us. So I did actually level up in that, because we did get a whole bunch of kills, as you saw. And so, yeah, let's get Terra. Let's get Terra. That's absolutely fantastic. Let's get Breeder as well. Breeder is absolutely fantastic. Probably one of my favorite perks in the whole game. Yeah, just because it is so useful. It's actually staggering how useful it is. Anyway, let's have a look. Leadership, charm skill. What do we want? Leadership, charm skill, something like that. Leadership, charm skill. What do we want? Charm skill, I guess. Even though I don't really know what that's really going to give us at this point. I'm not sure. But, yeah, whatever the case, let's go in here, fight this guy. I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to achieve victory against him. We've got so many less good units now. He's got 67, we have 37. I guess the only thing we can kind of hope for is that he is going to just run his people into us. And that's all I can really say. Let's go for the shield wall strategy once again. I have barely any ranged characters now, because we ended up losing a whole bunch during that fight. But I'd say it was worth it. I think we got about 80 renown for that, and like 90 influence or something like that, which was pretty crazy. So I am really, really pleased that we were able to level to the next clan tier, because that makes a huge difference. I mean, in general. I mean, have you seen our maximum company size, by the way? If you haven't, we have 124, which is amazing. That is so much more. We had 93 or 94 before, so we are getting so much more capacity for really, really good units. Now, this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be a bit problematic, isn't it? I can only hope that a lot of our damage taken is going to be intercepted by our trolls. Hopefully that's going to happen. Let's go for a square formation again. That does appear to be amazing, by the way. So thank you very much for letting me know about it. Because, as I said before, I haven't really tried that many of these formations in the past. I've just basically stuck with what I know. And it does seem to actually really make a huge difference most of the time, you know. Shield wall actually does do a lot of really, really good things. But it's nice to try out some new stuff, you know. It really is nice to try out some new things. Okay, so let's just try and eliminate these as best we can. And I'm going to try to activate Terra as much as possible. So me getting two-handed kills, definitely going to make a big, big difference. Trying to kill the enemy cavalry here as well. And the question is, should I tell my forces to charge in? I don't know. I think that sometimes that's a good idea. But other times I think to myself, you know what? We should just leave them where they are in a defensive formation. Because look at what's happening right now. They are just absolutely getting slaughtered. Because look at what I can do. I can literally go around in circles, which is what I was doing during the fight as well, by the way. I was just going around in circles over and over again and getting kills this way. Look at what we can do. It's actually free. It's free experience right here. Absolutely free experience. Really, really nice. And indeed, we could even get off our mount and get some athletic skill, some much needed athletic skill by doing this as well. Which would probably be a good idea, to be honest, all things considered. I might actually die here now, maybe. I am being focused by this guy. No, we're fine, we're fine. But as you can see, look at how much we are staying alive. You see, this is exactly the reason why we were able to force the opponent into a retreat, because my forces are just able to infinitely defend. Look at this, they're actually going. Look at that, they're running. And that's exactly what happened before, although I was dead, so... That didn't really, yeah, I didn't really do much, but yeah, it makes a huge difference. Look at that. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Yeah, really love that. Really, really love that. Super, super fun, actually. And yeah, I think we're basically done. I guess I could speed our forces. Ah, wait a minute. They are actually still fighting some cavalry here. Yeah, yeah, they're gonna be a bit of a problem now, aren't they? And there it is, finally, the retreat. Wow, they took a long time to decide on doing that, to be honest. They were just kind of mulling about in the tree line until I went over there and actually started dealing damage to them. But yes, thankfully we were able to do it, and we can take another person prisoner. Now the question is, do we want to take this guy and, well, do we want to take his units, shall we say, and have them taken prisoner? I guess so. I am a little bit still kind of worried that we're going to get attacked in this area, so I'm not that best pleased about taking these guys, because as I said before, I was a bit worried about being pounced on, like we just were, which is hilarious in itself. Okay, let's make our way over here. Look at how fast, oh no, look at how slow we are actually. Oh yeah, he actually escaped. Well, that's great, isn't it? Okay, well, while I do this, I'm just going to execute this guy. There we go. And we're going to make our way back to Orthanc. Hopefully we'll get some... Okay, careful. Okay, yeah, we do need to be a little bit careful about these vassals. They move so fast as well because they are all mounted. Oh my. Alright, well, it looks as though we're having some pretty unlucky stuff happen to the Isengard Lords here, because they just got... well, they just got defeated. Yes, look at this. Lutz himself, he was taken prisoner by this guy, and I think he might be actually here. Let me actually just have a look real quick. Is he? No, No, doesn't seem like it, and they don't have any prisoners. So where is this fellow? Because I'd like to try to rescue him if at all possible. Ah, well, this is a problem. Yes. No, maybe I could just... Oh, yeah, I could... Oh, wait, there he is. Did you see him? Did you see him behind us right there? That's where he was. Okay, well, yeah, you better run, sir, whoever you are. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, we've got some pretty big issues on our hands here. We got these guys and, well, everyone... Ah, wait a minute. Wait. He doesn't have any prisoners? Wasn't that the guy? Apparently that wasn't the guy. Well, whatever the case, I'm going to be fighting him. Yes, I will be fighting him right away. There we go. Hello there, sir. Okay, so, yeah, whoa, we are absolutely just... Well, we're going to be dominating this guy in just a second. Okay, so, first of all, what do we want to go for? Well, I do want to level up athletics skill kind of badly, you know? Kind of badly. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. And I think, generally, whenever we get in a situation like we did just now, where we have our beautiful square formation going on, and there's a huge amount of cavalry and stuff like that, we are literally just going to... We're just going to get off our mount. And we're just going to do massive damage with our two-handed. Now, I've actually transitioned a little bit away from archers here and gone a bit more heavy into cavalry. The most notable thing about doing that is that obviously we're going to be much quicker on the world map, but we're also going to be a lot more mobile on the battlefield, which is going to make a big difference to us being able to counterattack. It's going to make a big difference to us being able to deal with enemy cavalry as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cavalry over there, and I'm going to put these guys... somewhere at the front. Going to put them in a shield wall to begin with. And we're just going to wait and see what happens with the enemy's forces. And then we're going to be swooping in real fast, like a cruise missile. And we're literally going to be getting off our mount and then just going to town on the enemy's cavalry and the various other infantry that might be there. And that's generally going to be the game plan. If we can survive to do that, of course, then that's going to be great. Let's see what's actually happening here. What's this guy doing? Apparently, he's evading. He's evading my wonderful, extremely inaccurate axe swing. Very good. Yes, very good. Okay, I'm kind of hoping... Wait a minute. I'm kind of hoping that they're not going to attack my cavalry straight away. They do appear to be going for a straight line, pretty much, towards my cavalry, which is a little bit unfortunate. Really not something I'm really very excited about seeing. Okay, good damage. Good damage. Don't really want to get lanced, so I'm going to get out of here. Because that's probable that it will happen. I'm going to actually move my, I'm going to move my cavalry right now, because it feels to me like they're actually, you know, aiming for them somewhat. Which I wouldn't really blame them, I guess. I wouldn't really blame them for, because cavalry generally are quite weak in regards to Isengard's cavalry, of course, in comparison to, you know, Rohan or even Gondor, I guess, to a degree. Dependent on what kind of cavalry you're looking at. But, yeah, they are very, very strong. Okay, let's have a look what we can do here. I don't know why I'm trying to block. Okay, apparently I'm not quick enough to be able to attack these guys. Alright, well, let's move our forces forward. I was kind of hoping that they would themselves charge the opponent. No, apparently, no, there we go. Nice. Yep, that's what you get. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. He was a bit too overconfident, wasn't he? Yes, a bit too overconfident, sir. All right, here we go. Yeah, I've got to be careful about these spear users. I'm gonna actually move my cavalry over here now. And we're just going to make a bit of a move here. A bit of a move. Nothing too dramatic, but just a little bit. And we're going to move my forces in over here. I could tell them to advance, technically, but I'm not sure if that's really considered a charge maneuver, which I don't really want to do. Let's do a square formation. Square formation right there. There we go. All right, that's looking perfect. Let's come in from the side. Kill that Royal Guard. Nice. That was absolutely perfect. Very, very good. And the King's Rider in one fell swoop. Very, very good. Now, I could technically get off my mount here. Do I want to? I think I will. In a minute. I'm kind of I'm a bit worried, okay? I'm a bit worried because as soon as I get off my mount, I have a bad feeling I'm going to get swarmed, you know? Okay, here we go. Nice. Nice. More of that, please. Yes, yes. More athletic skill. Yes, this is what we want. I want to kill that Gondorian elite pikeman. There we go. Thank you. Okay, nice. Oh, that is perfect. Yep, yep. This is great. Look at my athletic skill. It's just power leveling right now. It is just power leveling as fast as we possibly can make it. Obviously, if I had a slightly faster weapon, that might be a bit easier, but I think it's pretty nice to be able to kill most enemies in one hit. It does seem to be making a pretty big difference, especially considering now, look at what we can do. We can literally go straight on in here, and these guys just give me so much skill. Look at this. Yes. I mean, my athletics has been far behind. Just bear that in mind. My athletics has really been sleeping, and we really needed to wake it up and actually do something here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, these guys are they're actually going to mean quite a bit of business if we let them. I can just be thankful that they can't really do much from a horizontal perspective. Pikemen are very, very good when it comes to thrusting, of course, but when it comes to horizontal action, no, not so much. You know, they're more of a standing up kind of guy, you know. Anyway, we're gonna actually try and see if we can get some overheads on here as well. Maybe some nice head action. There we go. Yes. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. And whoa, they've got a lot of Gondor units, actually, surprisingly enough. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, that went exceedingly well, actually. Probably one of the best fights that we've had so far. And it's purely because we have a bit more cavalry. I feel like the cavalry really make a huge difference. And yes, I know, I left my archers back there on purpose. I didn't actually want them to, you know, come into this fight right now, because it's just like, well, they're going to be out there in the middle of nowhere, and they're just probably going to get themselves killed by some kind of lance or spear or something like that. So I was kind of like, yeah, we'll just leave them back there for the moment. And we'll just, you know, see how it is for cavalry and infantry to work in symbiosis. A little bit of, you know, a little bit of really, really nice simultaneous action there. And we did great. That was actually fantastic. I think we might have found a really nice combination. All right, yeah, take prisoner once again. There we go, there we go. And I technically could take them prisoner. Do I want to do that there? Not really. Let's not do that. I'm going to just leave it the way it is. And, yeah, we're not going to take the experience either. Okay, so my relation has increased. I don't know why my relation would increase from, you know, 100 to 100, but I guess it's because I've executed so many people. I assume my executions have angered some of the factions that we technically should maybe not be having angry thoughts against us, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, as we can see here, yes, we finally have extra stuff. Okay, so thick hides, probably going to be taking that. Reckless charge is very, very good. Don't get me wrong, I actually really like reckless charge, but I think thick hides is probably going to be slightly better for what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to make our forces as powerful as possible. We're trying to make them as dangerous as they possibly can be. So them having a little bit more HP, probably going to make a big difference. We're probably going to be going with sprint here instead of powerful. For me personally, I think that powerful is a little bit of a boring perk, despite it actually being the best choice most of the time. Just purely because if you're playing a normal character and you have interest in using thrown weapons and or bows and or crossbows and or a shield, then obviously sprint is basically useless for you. So that's why taking powerful is better. But for me right now, I'm not using any melee weapons. I'm not using any shields and no ranged weapons at all. So sprint for me is absolutely amazing. So we will be taking that, and I'm also going to be taking surging blow here, because while I don't have reckless charge, I do have surging blow, and braced is not actually going to be useful, in my opinion, for us. So surging blow is the way to go here. And there we go. All right. Braced could have been kind of useful for our formation, but I feel like apart from that, I don't know. I'm kind of looking for things that are going to be useful for both parties, if you know what I mean. Okay, so technically I could execute this guy right away. The question is, do I want to... Oh, hello there, Theoden, King of Rohan. Okay, this is going to be very interesting. I'm actually not entirely sure if we can even tackle this guy. I think I should be able to, right? I mean, I've got some really, really strong units. Does he have really, really strong units? I'm going to assume he does. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Actually, you know what? I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight in the nighttime. No. I don't want to fight in the nighttime. You know what? I'm just going to leave him for the moment. We can catch up to him at any point. I am much faster than him for some reason. I just have so many...
Stop there, stranger.
Oh. He actually wanted to go in. Oh, it is a little bit daytime. Maybe we'll get lucky and hopefully it won't be super, super dark in the battlefield, because I'd actually like to see stuff, and I'd like you to see stuff too. Because if it's too dark, then that's going to be very sad. But I can obviously make it, yeah, I'll probably make it a little bit lighter in editing, just so you can kind of see, make sure that you can see, even though I think it is probably visible anyway, and the light level is pretty decent as it is, but I just want to make sure. Anyway, let's put these guys into shield wall while we can. The archers, I don't even know where to put them, to be honest. I think I'll just put them all the way back there. I don't think we're going to need them, to be honest, considering the combat strength that we have at the moment, I think is most likely going to be enough. We're also going to leave our cavalry back here for the most part as well until our infantry can get it. Oh, wait a minute. We might actually get a little bit of early action here from the opponent. Yes. They have horse archers, of course. They do have horse archers. I'm going to have to hide a little bit here. I don't really want to get shot randomly, because that would be very bad. Okay, yeah, I'm going to actually have to put my guys into a square straight away, because the enemy is actually... Wow, they're being very audacious here. Nice damage, instantaneously. And can we get more? Can we get more of that? It's looking unlikely. Ooh, I actually thought that I was in range for that, but apparently not. Let's move my forces closer. My cavalry will hopefully do a little bit of something against the opponent's cavalry, but it's unlikely, I guess, to a degree. Just purely because they are so fast. Kind of don't like what's happening right here. My cavalry are just kind of... They're just kind of wasting time right now. Which is pretty bad. Nice. Okay, let's move these guys. Nice. Okay. Yes. Here we go. Alright, this is actually really good. Let's not get ourselves killed now. Let's try to kill this guy. Is that the king? Is that the king himself? I actually don't know. I think we might be able to get him dead if we're lucky. Oh, maybe not. He seems to have disappeared from my view now, so I'm not sure where he went. I'm just trying to kill as many people as possible here. The problem with this is that obviously, if I get off my mount, am I gonna get killed? I think probably yes. So it's probably a good idea for me to just stick on my warg right now. Just take out as many of the enemy archers as possible as well. Even though, funnily enough, I feel like the archers are not even the danger here. I feel like the archers are not really doing that much. And the cavalry are probably the main issue here, as always. Or maybe not. I don't know. It might very well be the the Gondorian pikemen. They seem to actually be rather strong. Considering they only have thrusting weapons, they're actually remarkably damaging. They do appear to be quite damaging in comparison to what you'd expect. Because usually thrusting weapons are really, really bad, but those actually seem to do damage. And they're pretty efficient with it as well. Nice. Yes. Good damage. And I think we could probably tell our forces to charge in, to be honest. I think we could probably do that. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Break formation. Let's go for it, guys. Let's do it. Nice damage, and I think we are gonna actually get ourselves out of here, to be honest. I don't really want to die, even though I'm actually really low as it is. Being this low in HP, not really very good, because, well, I mean, we do have preventive medicine, so I suppose it's going to be okay, but usually, if you don't have preventive medicine, this is going to be very bad, because we won't be able to enter the next stage of combat, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. But we do have a bunch of warg riders here, obviously, and they are helping us a great deal. At least I think they seem to be helping us a great deal. They've got some pretty decent stats, too. Not too bad. Nice. That was a good hit. Wow. Okay, look at that. 300 damage to that guy. And there you go. They're actually attempting to retreat. And there it is. 25 renown, 37 influence. And that is... Whoa, he was still alive. Look at that. Theoden was actually still alive. We are going to be taking him prisoner, though. Can we? Is it even possible for us to take him prisoner, or did he escape? It might have actually been the case that he escaped here. I'm not going to take any prisoners just because I want to see whether we can catch up to him potentially, because he's more than likely running away from us right now. I would assume that to be the case. So let's just give this horse armor here. Wow, this actually sells for an insane amount, by the way. Have you noticed? Yeah, pretty crazy. So let's just take all of this. I think he's right here, unless he's uncapturable. I'm actually not sure. Because if I were to execute him, what would that actually do for the story? Oh, no, wait. Hello there. There he is. We will be in hot pursuit. Okay, wait a minute. He's getting some... Or he might be getting some reinforcements. There's a person right there. We might be too slow to catch him. We might be too slow to catch him now. They might actually... Yep, they're trying... Oh, they are really... They're trying to save their king. And that is admirable. That is very admirable indeed. However, foolish. Absolutely foolish. And yeah, what we're going to do is just get some more charm skill, I guess. Just get some more charm skill, I guess. That sounds like a good idea. We basically lost pretty much no units in that battle, so this is going to be very, very interesting. I don't know what these guys have. Let's have a look. They've just got recruits. They got recruits and some veteran swordsmen. Okay, yeah. This shouldn't be too bad. But they do outnumber us now. They do outnumber us, so it is going to be a bit more dicey, I guess. Bit more dicey. Okay, so once again, let's just go for a nice little shield wall here, and we're just going to go... Question is, do we want to... I actually don't know. We could tell them to engage them. Let's tell them to engage them. I'm not sure if they're going to remain in shield wall formation as a result. It seems like they are. Okay, that's cool. I don't really like using that particular command that often, so... That's the reason why I'm a little bit hesitant to use it. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem. I'm going to get shot in the face, aren't I? I have a bad feeling about this battle. Or maybe not. Maybe we're getting a little bit lucky. Okay, my guys are going over there. I'm gonna try to be a little bit devious, considering we're playing Uruk, so we might as well, right? So let's actually see what we can do here, because if I can get my forces around, it's okay. All right, it's okay. Don't get shot now. Come on, Bear Uruk, don't get shot. Okay, now let's do a little bit of a something here. Tell them to charge. Hopefully they'll go after the archers, primarily. Wow. So many cavalry. Oh, this is absolutely insane. They have so many cavalry. Even their recruits are cavalry. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is to be expected, right? Yeah. That's actually crazy. Okay, let's put these guys into a square. I forgot to do that, so let's do that. Okay, yeah, we are absolutely destroying them right now. And there's very, very little that they can do. Surprisingly enough, though, they do have very, very good units still, despite losing so many. But my forces are just doing so well here. If I can just do some damage, then I'll be very pleased. Can I, I actually wonder if I can get off my mount here and actually still be effective. I don't think this is the time to level up my athletic skill, is it? No, probably not, right? Probably not. I should probably be a little bit more careful. Yeah, my weapon is not as long as I think it is, apparently. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a bit harder to use in those moments when you really, really badly need to penetrate a guy. You know, it's going to be difficult to reach. But maybe, just maybe, we'll be all right, because maybe he wants it. You know, maybe he wants it, and then we're going to be fine. You know, then that's fine. All right, so we're just going to attack these archers here because they're just going to consistently be annoying. So if I can just eliminate them without getting killed, if at all possible. Oh dear, we might have an issue. No, we might be okay. Oh no, am I going to get killed? No, I'm okay. Just for the moment. Nope, there we go. Yep. I said for the moment, and that was a moment, and that's it. Yes, game over for me right there. Okay, so what are my cavalry currently doing? They do seem to be running around randomly, but now my forces are now charging. That's fine. The auto-delegate, I think, is probably going to do a relatively decent job at dealing with the remaining forces, because it was about time that we started charging them anyway. But I wanted to keep them in square as long as possible, just so that we could continue to dwindle their forces as dramatically as we possibly could before we went for that. Because we're always going to receive additional casualties when the charge order is given. And, well, we actually only lost 3 people, which is pretty amazing, if I do say so myself. Not going to be taking any prisoners here, like I said. I don't want to be moving around really, really slowly, so we're just going to move on here. I don't have, I don't have any space, to be honest. Let's get rid of these cows, hogs, sheep, etc., etc. We can actually lose some grain, technically. And let's take all of this, all of that, and all of that, and then we can pretty much just leave everything else. Actually, you know what? I'll take these. And we'll get rid of the hogs and sheep again, because I don't know why I put those back in there, but there you go. Alright, that's going to be a little bit easier for us to move around now. And I still didn't get him taken prisoner? Are you serious? Okay, wait a minute. Are you serious right now? Look at that. Look at this guy. Apparently he has an insane ability to get away from battles. I'm actually really surprised. To be fair though, there is no way for me to catch up to this guy now. Absolutely impossible. I will never be able to catch up to that guy because he has literally 7 people. So him having 7 people basically puts paid to any kind of pursuit that we could ever have with him, which is very sad, but you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. All right, so we are going to take Leader of the Masses here. I personally like that a great deal, so we will do it. And yeah, otherwise, I'm going to make my way back to Orthanc. I'm going to try and see if I can recruit some more people, because obviously I did lose a couple. And yeah, well, it's going to take me maybe not that long to get to Clan Tier 4, but hopefully it will be relatively quick. I would have loved to have taken Theoden prisoner, but I mean, you know, he's a good leader, and that's the reason why I would like to take him prisoner. I am not entirely sure what I would have done if I took him prisoner, by the way. I'm not sure if I would have given him into Orthanc itself, like donated him into the dungeon, or whether I would have executed him. I feel like the execution probably would have made more sense, but we'll never know. We'll never know now. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.